Just a couple minutes ago, Buster Olney broke some pretty big news. According to Olney, Freddie Freeman has just ended his relationship with his agents over at Excel. And it's important that we note that these agents that Freddie Freeman just fired played a huge role in Freeman's offseason decision to sign with LA. And at the time, people really weren't questioning this signing because Freeman was getting $162 million over 6 years to play for his hometown team. But for those who have been watching baseball for a very long time, know that when you hear the name Freddie Freeman, you think of the Atlanta Braves. It just seemed like the perfect fit for him to start out his career, and it really looked like he was going to end his career there. So like I said before, up to this point in the season, Freeman looked very comfortable in LA up until this past weekend when he visited Atlanta for the first time since he left. It was clearly very tough for Freeman to take in, as he shed lots of tears during his press conferences and during his ring ceremony. So with how things played out this weekend and how emotional Freddie Freeman was, it really seemed like he wasn't ready to leave. So when you look at this past weekend and the fact that he just fired his agents who had a huge part in him signing with LA, it really looks like Freddie Freeman could potentially be open to returning to Atlanta. I also want to note that in Buster Olney's tweet, he mentioned that Freddie Freeman told his friends that he was really angry with how the free agent negotiations played out. And I also want to mention what Clayton Kershaw said about Freddie Freeman and the Braves this past weekend. When asked about this weekend, Kershaw was quoted saying, "It was very cool. He's been a very big contributor for our team, and I hope we are not second fiddle." And I don't want to blow this quote out of proportion, but I think this could be a pretty big deal. The fact that Clayton Kershaw said, "I hope we're not second fiddle," to me means that the Dodgers clubhouse as a whole really thinks that Freddie Freeman still has a big emotional attachment to Atlanta. With the Dodgers' struggles recently, it seems like their clubhouse hasn't been all that great either. So it seems like there's some tension in the Dodgers clubhouse right now, and Freddie Freeman seems to be in the middle of it. Between this past weekend in Atlanta, Clayton Kershaw's quote, Freeman firing his agents, and just all the tension that seems to be going on in LA's clubhouse right now, it seems like things aren't going too well. And take a look at this picture here as well and tell me that Freddie Freeman looks happy, because he clearly doesn't look too happy to be in LA. I know it's one picture and it probably doesn't mean too much, but he just doesn't look to be too involved in LA and really doesn't seem like he wants to be there long term. So I don't know, maybe I'm making a big deal out of this. Let me know what you guys think of this news down below, whether you think it's a big deal or not. As always, if you guys do enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe, and I also want to note that in the next couple days or so, I'm going to be dropping a MLB play-by-play announcer tier list ranking every team's broadcasters, so keep an eye out for that as well. And lastly, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.